Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Tour Tuesday. I know we're logging on here, so just seeing everybody hop on. I almost said good morning. It's been a long day. Good evening, I guess, which is really nice. You guys might hear some thundering or see some lightning in the background. We're having some very interesting weather down here in Texas. So I know it's been crazy for those of you who live in Kansas City too. I feel like they've had a really crazy weather recently too. So hello, y'all. Hello. Welcome to our Tour Tuesday. Tonight you have me. Hey, Jane. Tonight you have me, Brienne, live on the horn here. For Tour Tuesday tonight, and we have a lot to go over. We are officially here at Excite in our crazy busy season, which is awesome. Starting now for the trips that just went out this week, from now until the end of the year, we have trips going out every week, which is so exciting. And as the logistics person, it is so exciting to see all of these kind of get out there and go, which is awesome. Hey, Steve. Hey, Bert. Hey, Darlene. Welcome, you guys. So excited to see you on. Okay, so just some kind of highlights that we're going to go over tonight. There are two trips for us to go over. We're going to go over one of our one-day trips, and then we're going to feature our Kansas and Nebraska Apostle Island trip. Hey, Carrie. Carrie and I have been problem solving some stuff this evening. God bless her. Everyone send her all the love as we're getting ready to send out Alaska. And we were trying to find a video from last year to help all of us log in, and we were just having the darndest time. So, Carrie, always appreciate you. Always appreciate you. All the time. Hey, Jerry and Jill. Hey, Karen. Hey, Luana. Hi, you guys. So we'll go over our one-day tour. We'll go over our Apostle Islands tour, which I've been up in that area, and it's unreal, so beautiful. And then I'm going to share about a tour that I actually just went on and scouted out for us for something new in Texas in 2027. So I'm excited to tell you guys all about it. Hey, Mark. Hey, Linda. So some trips that have just been out. So we had Emily take out our St. Charles and Herman tour this past weekend. They had beautiful weather down there, lots of shopping, lots of wineries, lots of great time, a perfect girls trip. She had a great time. Hey, Beth. So she just went out and came back with that. And then Steph Shank is out with our Nebraska Summer and Mackinac trip, and they are so lucky. I have a friend who just went up there 2 weeks ago and there was snow. Like it was very cold, which is crazy. But Steph Shank is up there, and the pictures she's been posting on Facebook are so gorgeous. The secret gardens are beautiful. It's Lilac Festival time, starting this weekend. So it is gorgeous up there. So she is out there right now. They're on their last night. They should be on their sunset cruise here pretty soon. But they're on their last night in Mackinac. Then they start heading back to Chicago and then back here tomorrow. And then Alyssa is going to take our Kansas Summer and Mackinac trip here this weekend. They leave on Saturday, and they're going to be doing all the same things and being there for Lilac Festival, which is going to be amazing. And then Cliff takes our Nebraska 2-day mystery tour that goes out on Thursday, which is brand new, a brand new 2-day mystery tour. And I cannot wait for him to go and let us know how it goes. Morgan worked extremely hard on that trip. And I'm just really excited to hear what you all think of it, who are going on it. And then after that, at the start of next week, I mean, y'all, it's crazy. At the start of next week, we have summer in New York City heading out with Emily and Paige. We have Route 66 Part 1 with Mark, and he's doing both trips. So he's going to be gone pretty much all of June doing Route 66 Part 1 and 2. And then Steph goes back out with Scandinavia I think it's next Wednesday. So lots of trips coming and going, which is really exciting. So we love to hear that. And I can't wait to hear about it from all of you who are going on them, from our guides. And, knock on wood, it looks like weather is looking nice. So I don't want to jinx it, but it looks great. So we're really excited for all those trips going out and coming back. Other than that, we'll go ahead and jump into our two trips that we're going to highlight. We'll go over our new Texas stuff, and then I have some product reviews for us. So y'all know I love to yap, so cut me off, all right? So our first trip that we're going to go over is our National Balloon Classic. Now, this is one of our staple one-day tours, okay? And for this, we have a Kansas and Missouri departure, and we have a Nebraska departure. So we have both, and they are both on the same day. They're both August 1st, so coming up right at the end of summer, all right? And we go down to Indianola, Iowa. I believe it's in Iowa. And it's like the Albuquerque Balloon Festival, but on a smaller scale and a one day. It is absolutely beautiful. So we depart from Kansas City. We depart from Nebraska. We stop in Des Moines and have an awesome, awesome, awesome local lunch. And then we go to a winery and have a little bit of wine, get us a little loose, a little giddy as we head on down to Indianola. And hopefully this year, I know they've been working really hard. And Carrie, you'll have to tell me. I feel like you had looked it up. They have been working on the Balloon Museum over in Iowa for a very long time to get it ready for these balloon classics. And it might be open this year. And if it is, we will definitely add that into the itinerary as a little something extra. But other than that, we go to the open ceremonies. We have our own seats to sit in, and we get to watch all the balloons take off and kind of walk among the balloons. Very similar to the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. So that is absolutely gorgeous. And seats are kind of filling up fast on that one. So if you're interested in a fun one day that has lunch included and you get to go do something outdoors, that's also beautiful. Get a little winery in there, a little bit of food, a little bit of sightseeing. Our National Balloon Classic on August 1st is a great choice. Okay. So, those are some things, for our one day tours from Kansas and Nebraska that we have coming up. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Cliff. Cliff, you ready for your trip? Hi, Marilyn. Ready to lead the 2-day mystery tour, Cliff? I'm very, very excited for you. Cliff is always leading some brand new trips, and it's just so funny because all of our brand new stuff like South Padre and things like that was one of our biggest fly-in trips, and Cliff took it. Our Nebraska 2-day mystery is brand new, and Cliff's taking it, and it's pretty full, so it's really exciting. I love it. Hi, Mark. Oh, Carrie, darn. So the Balloon Museum is still closed there, but it is open in Albuquerque, and that's something that we're adding this year, and we're so excited because it's the 100th anniversary, right, Carrie? So that's something that's coming up in the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. So, can't wait. Carrie's planning that one. Okay, so the other one that I'm going to highlight tonight for our trip overview is going to be our Apostle Island and Door County trip. Now, last year we had Nebraska and Kansas go at the same time, and that was just too many people to go at the same time. So our Kansas trip departs on a different set of days than our Nebraska trip so that everyone can fully experience it with their own buses. And our Nebraska trip is August 14th to the 20th of this year. And our Kansas one, is August 7th to the 13th. So Kansas goes first, and then Nebraska brings up the caboose. So that is really exciting. And what I love is Carrie and I were actually up in this area back in April. We went to this conference called the Circle Wisconsin Conference. So it's kind of like the big ABA conference that JJ and Cindy and I go to, where we meet like hundreds of vendors from all over the world in the tourism industry to kind of, make connections and network. Carrie and I went to one that was focused just on the upper Midwest. And there are so many amazing things up in like Apostle Islands, Door County, Michigan, Ohio that we haven't explored as much. So we're really excited to kind of work on trips up there. And what's really great about that is Carrie has been working really hard on this Kansas and Nebraska Apostle Islands trip. And she has added some new things in there from people that we met when we were up in La Crosse. And I'm very, very excited, like a new creamery and things like that are beautiful, delicious. The people are awesome. And so we're really excited to try those out with you guys. So major kudos to Carrie for doing all that research for us. And Cliff agrees. He went on the Apostle Islands trip last year, and it's really, really beautiful. And the mail boat experience that we're going to talk about is one of a kind. Very, very interesting. So Apostle Islands. The very first night after we depart and we head on up north, we stay in the Duluth area in Minnesota, which is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And Carrie has picked a gorgeous hotel for us up there. We have a nice little welcome dinner. We definitely pack a jacket in August. It gets a little chilly up there. And everywhere that we stay is really close to all of these lakes and these great lakes, little lakes, so beautiful. So first night we go up to like the Duluth and Minneapolis area, have our welcome dinner, and we rest up so that the next day we can really hit the Apostle Island boat tour. So what we do on day number 2, we're going to have breakfast, and then we head up to Bayfield, Wisconsin, and that's where we do our Apostle Islands boat tour. I personally was in Bayfield for a bachelorette party last summer, and on one of the days we did this exact tour, and we went shopping in Bayfield afterwards and had lunch. Delicious. Gorgeous. You feel like you are on Cape Cod. That's exactly what it reminded me of. I could not believe it was a lake. And you go on this like 2 to 2.5 hour tour, depending on how the captain's feeling, all around these little islands. And there's like 13 of them, I believe. I believe it's 13 because we went around 10 of them when we were there with the water being high. Gorgeous. Beautiful rock formations. You drive around the island. The captain gives a narrative overview of everything that you're seeing. Absolutely breathtaking. Bring sunscreen if you want to sit outside. I got fried with this auburn colored hair here. But you can either sit up top outside or you can sit down below inside with open windows. And there's snacks on there that you can purchase and drinks and things like that. But it's a beautiful tour. So we go and we do that in the morning. And it has more historic lighthouses on that tour than any other national park, which is fascinating. And you see some really cool ones. Then we travel down and we go to Sturgeon Bay after we get off of there. And that's where we check into our hotel, which is right near the lake. And we have dinner. Okay, so that is what's happening there. And we do lunch in Bayfield as well. Yeah, agree. So many great vendors, Carrie. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Denise. Yeah, Debbie, absolutely beautiful. Okay, then our next day, we are going to start off, think of it as like a tasting day. So we start off in the morning and we go to a Renard's cheese factory, and you can taste as much cheese, and I believe they have ice cream there as well you could possibly want. Lots of dairy products for you to taste, so lots of tasting going on. Then we'll pop over and we will go to the Door County Maritime Museum. And last year we were able to add in at that museum rides on a tugboat, like a traditional tugboat. So we went and in small groups and got to go out into the harbor on the tugboat, so you can kind of see what that's like and the history of tugboats at the Maritime Museum. And I believe Carrie is looking into adding that again this year, which is really cool. And then after that, we end the day. We had some cheese, we had some adventure, and now we're going to end it at the Door County or the Door Peninsula Winery. Have a little wine, a little more cheese, and then we check into our hotel for the evening. Okay. Great. Carrie said we're doing the tugboat this year too, which is really cool. It's an interesting little thing that you can add on at the Maritime Museum. So love that, Carrie. Then on day 4, we're going to wake up. We're going to go to this, I believe it's Norwegian. I believe it's a Norwegian church from the 1100s. And we do a little tour of the church. It's really small, so we kind of go in groups. We visit that, and then we go to Sequist Orchards, which is a very famous apple and cherry orchard. And you go out and you get to do some tastings and get to see how they farm all of that. Then we have a Swedish-themed lunch at Al Johnson's and get to do a little bit of shopping. Always got to put a little shopping in there. And then we do a fish bowl. I say bowl, weird, B-O-I-L. Can't say ol correctly after living in the South. But we get to do that together. There is a chicken option if you're not into the fish option. So there's always an option for you. And you get to experience that with the group, like a very traditional fish bowl, and sometimes there's live music. The views are gorgeous, and it's at your hotel, which is really, really pretty. So one of Brian's favorites, he said. And then on day 5, we're kind of like wrapping back around on our loop through Door County. And this is when we go to Fond du Lac. And here it is a lake as well. And we get to go to this huge Christmas Kringle shop. It's like a huge Christmas store that you get to go shop at. Then we take you to the town square. You can go have a little bit of lunch. You can do a little bit of shopping, which is really fun. And then what we are going to do, normally we go to this place called Kelly's Country Creamery, But we met this brand new dairy farm and creamery at this Wisconsin conference that is actually going to host us and do a whole tasting, and you get to see how they make all of their dairy products. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm very, very excited for them to host us at their creamery this year. So Carrie set that up, and I'm really excited to hear what you all think about it. So it should be pretty awesome and delicious, which is always nice. And then we check into our hotel and you relax before we start on day 6, which is Cliff's favorite thing, which is other people's favorite I saw on here. And that is where we go on our U.S. mail boat tour. Very, very cool. Also, the resort that we stay at there, the Harbor Shores Resort, is gorgeous, and it's right on the lake, and you can walk down to this harbor where the mailboat is, and you literally jump onto the boat with like USPS, with the people who are delivering mail to all of these homes that are out surrounding the lake. Incredible. And they literally jump off. They like jump off the boat and throw mail and jump back on, and you're just kind of watching them do their process. So that is really cool. So we do that bright and early in the morning. Then we do a lakeside lunch, and we start to travel to Elkhorn, Wisconsin, where we have our farewell dinner right there on the lake. And you have one more beautiful night in your resort before we start to head home on day 7. So absolutely beautiful. That part of the country where the Great Lakes are, up in Michigan, up in Wisconsin, are unreal. And I can't wait for us to explore them more, especially after Carrie and I were up there. It was incredible. So I'm very excited for this tour. Again, the Nebraska departure is August 14th to the 20th. And I believe that's Jama who is leading that tour. And the Kansas departure is August 7th to the 13th. And that's Alyssa. Are your guides for those trips. So if you are interested, give us a call, send us an email, check it out online with the brochures. So other than that, something I wanted to quickly go over with all of you as we're talking about trips, something that's really cool is we already have 2027 planned out. That's crazy. We've never had it planned out this early in the year. All of our guides are actually going to be getting their tour assignments this week, which is amazing. We've never been able to get that out this early. And I'm just so excited, and we are constantly adding new tours for 2027. And something that I got to do this past week, which was really awesome, is I was in San Antonio last week. And while I was there, I was on something called a FAM trip, or a familiarization trip. And what that means is like the Visitors Bureau kind of takes you out and shows you all of the sites that you could do with groups, right? Like, hey, here are some things that you might not have known. I had the best time and saw so much cool stuff. And it is actually helping us redo our Texas wine country and our Texas Lone Star State trip. So we are going to have some new Texas sites for you in 2027. And I got to go experience them. So I want to show some of them to you. And Linda, you're wondering the Indianola National Balloon Festival. I'm not 100% sure who is leading that one, but I can look it up at the end here when we do questions and let you know. Okay, so down in San Antonio, some really cool sites that we saw. Number one, hey Terry, we went to the Pearl, which is a really fun shopping and eating area. And while we were there, they have like multiple Michelin star restaurants in one little square that are like really interesting cuisines. Lots of awesome food and people down in San Antonio. Of course, we did the river walk and doing barges and things like that. So we are very, very excited to add that in. And something that was really, really unique that we are pumped to add in for our group is outside of San Antonio, every Saturday between, I think it's March and November, there is a rodeo at this place called the Tejas Rodeo. This is what it looks like as you walk in. Not only do they have like country dancing and an indoor rodeo for people, but they do roping lessons and barrel racing lessons, and actual like PBR rodeo people come. But not only that, they have a steakhouse there that had the best steak. I know that it is blasphemous to say, being from Nebraska. It was the best steak I've ever eaten. It was amazing. And they serve it family style. You get like 6 medallions. They're like this thick of steak, cowboy biscuits, beans, mac and cheese. We had a blackberry cobbler. It was amazing. You get to take your your picture on the bowl, which is always really fun. And they really take you on a behind the scenes tour, and you get to enjoy the rodeo in the front 3 rows. It was absolutely an amazing experience, and can't wait to take everybody out there. It's so accessible. It's so walkable. It was very cool, even though, you're in the Texas heat. Great food, great people. They have stores. Can't wait to take us there. So that was a really cool experience. We also went to Green, Texas, which is spelled Grune. Crazy. That's the oldest dance hall in the United States. They serve us lunch there, and then we get private line dancing lessons in the middle of the day. That food was also amazing, like hometown country cooking. And it is gorgeous. It reminds me a lot of Magnolia and Waco. So there's tons of restaurants and bars and shopping and public parks all around here. And then you get to do a little dance lesson and a little bit of food, which is really exciting. And then another place that we went to as well, we went to one of the 5, or is it 7, Spanish missions. My fingernail is in the picture there, as you can see. But you get to go to the Spanish missions, which are national park sites. They have a functioning church there that's part of an archdiocese. You get to see how people lived back then. Really, really cool. And we did a tour of all the missions that functioned at one time when Texas, before Texas was a state. And then we also did something really cool before I show you some accommodations that were amazing, is we did these caverns. So these caverns were gorgeous. We had a private tour, and inside these caverns in San Antonio, they have you're 190 feet under the ground, I believe is what they said. They do events underground. So they built a sound stage, and they have classical music come down there, and you can host dinners and stuff down there. And it's super accessible. They have a giant conveyor belt that you can either stand on and it takes you out, so you don't have to do the steps, or you can take a golf cart in and out. It's definitely more adventurous than some of the other caverns we've done in the past, but it was absolutely gorgeous. And they do shows down in the caverns that you get to see, which is cool. Okay. So that was really, really exciting. Among so many other things, we did the river walk. We went to a magic show, which was amazing. Truly, it sounded really cheesy, but it was awesome. We did a trolley tour. It's the same people who own the trolley tour in Savannah, Georgia, do the trolley tours in San Antonio. They were amazing. So we just can't wait to kind of incorporate some of this stuff into our Texas tours in 2027. And I can't wait to book those and share them with all of you guys, because it was so fun. It was beautiful, and it was so much more. I've been to San Antonio multiple times and had never done any of that stuff. So that was really, really cool. And not only that, there are really, really awesome food and accommodations that are available to us. So I got to go to lunch at the top of the, I almost said observatory, but that's not right. But it's at the top of the World of America, I think that's called, tower. That was an amazing lunch. That we would look into doing something like that, and you get a beautiful view of the city from up here at lunch. And then I got to go and tour a brand new hotel that is absolutely gorgeous. This is their restaurant at the top of the building that overlooks downtown San Antonio. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it is all themed after the monarch butterfly. So everything is very whimsical, very beautiful. This is what room accommodations can look like up there as well, to kind of show you just absolutely beautiful floor to ceiling windows. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And just had the best time there. So just wanted to show you some pictures. It was really cool to be able to go, similar like when Carrie and I went to Wisconsin. It was such a cool experience. And there's so much out there in the United States, or even just in the states that surround us, for us to do and explore. And I can't wait to continue to bring those to you all in tours in 2027, which is really, really exciting. So that was a little bit about my San Antonio trip. Like I said, I'll rapid fire at you at all times. Yeah, Terry, San Antonio was gorgeous. We had such a fun time, and I got to meet 4 other women who were from all over the United States who do group tours as well. So it was really cool to collaborate with them as well. So love that. It was great. Hey, Mary. Thank you, Carrie. Yes. So Jama is the Indianola tour guide for our National Balloon Classic. It was, Carrie. It was so great. And I can't wait to show you guys. There's 5 of us who are going to San Antonio for the FBLA trip that we have coming up at the end of June. And I can't wait to take you guys to like the rodeo and stuff like that. I think it's going to be so fun. So it'll be great when we're there. It really was fun, Brian. Absolutely. The last thing I wanted to show you guys as we wrap up these last 5 minutes, like I said, I love to yap. JJ asked me to do a product review. So I wanted to show you guys a product that I use on every single trip that I go on. It is a bit pricey, but it is worth the investment. And love it, Carrie. Absolutely. I love it. I always recommend these for all of our fly-in trips and international trips that are coming up. Okay. Something I would say here is this is a portable charger for your electronics. It is called a Ridge charger. So that's the brand name. I love it because you can set something on it and it has like a little holder so you can put it down. My husband and I not only have Ridge phone cases, but we have Ridge wallets as well that stick to like the back of them. I have an OtterBox on mine, so it doesn't stick as well, but his will like stick directly to his case and it's magnetic and it's like a specific wallet that we do for it. But this Ridge charger, all you have to do, it will charge your Apple Watch in the middle that you just put on here. You can set your phone on it if you have a magnetic phone in the back. It has a charger like this, a USB-C one, and it has a charger like this. I don't even know what these are called, but like the old Apple chargers on here. And it also, like I said, you can just set your phone on it and it charges. Let me turn it on, maybe, if it wants to turn on. Oh goodness, guys, of course it doesn't want to work, but you just set your phone on it like this and it's magnetic and it'll start charging your phone up here. Like you can see it's charging, which is great. But it's fully magnetic and it stays on your phone. So I like to put my phone on here to charge and just put it in my pocket, and it's magnetic and it stays. Or like I said, you can like sit it down so you can still use your phone and it holds it up. So we have lots of international trips coming up. We love the Ridge wallet, like I said too, because you can just pop it into your pocket or stick it on your phone and it's little. And those are things that we use every day. So if you're interested, like I said, it's Ridge, like a mountain ridge. These are, I think I got mine at Shields and it was like $70. So, you know, it's a little bit expensive, but this thing will charge your phone like 3 times before you have to recharge it again. It is a lifesaver. Zach, my husband, puts his Apple earphones on this and it charges. You can put your Apple Watch right on it and it charges. So super, super helpful. So if you're interested in one of your international or long haul trips coming up, it's a lifesaver. So, and it fits in your pocket. So that's a little product review for tonight. Brian and Carrie are ready to go line dancing. I'm with you. I love that Carrie has bedazzled boots. Can't wait to see them, Carrie. Can't wait. I love it. But yeah, so that is really kind of what I have tonight for you guys. Can't believe it's already 8 o'clock. Where has the day gone? We have so many exciting trips coming up, so many trips coming back. Cannot wait to see everybody out and about because summer is starting, trips are going, and we're just going to have the most wonderful time. So I believe JJ and Cindy should be back next week. And I think JJ is going to be going over a brand new trip and cruise that'll be in the fall of 2027. And it is something that many of you have requested over the years. So it is unique. It is spanning a very long area. It's pretty famous. So I can't wait for JJ to share that tour with you next year. And he's going on it. So you get to go with him. So if you guys need anything, call us, email us, send us a smoke signal. We'll find you. Travel with us and we can't wait. So until next week, you guys.